When the battlefield cleared and the dust of 1,000 skirmishes settled, the alien court expected one story: the human warrior as a stranger, a brutal mercenary whose victory they would study and dismiss. Instead, the princess stood before him, breath caught, eyes wide, because the man who had torn through their lines carried a name carved into her family's past. What happens when a war hero is also the missing piece of a royal life? How do kingdoms and hearts survive a truth no one saw coming? If you love shocking twists, big emotions, and humans proving they're more than legends, hit like and subscribe. It helps us bring you more HFY tales every week. Drop a comment. Would you trust a warrior who shows up at your palace claiming he belongs to your bloodline? Share if this hook grabbed you. The sky was the color of burnt copper when he arrived. A lone human walking through the ruin of what had once been a royal frontier. His armor was cracked, his pulse steady, his eyes unreadable. Around him, the alien guards whispered, "A survivor," or "a threat." Princess Liara stood on the balcony above, her silver robes catching the dying light. She'd seen countless warriors kneel before her father, but this one, this human, carried something different. His stride wasn't that of a conqueror or a prisoner. It was familiar. The court murmured as the human stopped at the base of the palace steps, dropped his blood-streaked sword, and said something that silenced the courtyard. "I've come home." Home? The word struck like thunder in the alien tongue. Soldiers raised their weapons. Priests froze mid-chant. And Liara, she felt her heart stumble. For years, she'd dreamed of a face half seen in visions, a voice that whispered her childhood name in a language she never understood. Now that same voice stood before her, real, scarred, and human. Was this a trick? A ghost? Or had fate just walked through the gate wearing human skin? The great hall of Yelvara shimmered with light, carved from crystal and living stone. It was built to humble visitors, yet the human stood like he'd seen grander sights. Every noble eye watched him, judging, whispering. His rough armor clashed with their radiant attire, his silence louder than any speech. Princess Liara sat beside her father, Emperor Kalor, whose many eyes betrayed nothing. "You claim this is your home," the Emperor said slowly. "Then tell us, human, what home bears your name?" The warrior lifted his head. "Once you called me Rin Kalor," he said. The hall froze. The Emperor's eyes flared. That name, Kalor, was royal blood. Impossible. The guards tensed, weapons half drawn. Liara's heart raced. That name had lived in her family's mourning songs. A prince lost to war cycles ago, but that prince had been one of them, not human. The Emperor's voice turned cold. "You wear the skin of another species and claim my bloodline?" "I wear the body that survived," Rin answered softly. "But my soul remembers every word she ever said to me." His gaze rose toward Liara, and her breath caught. How could a human know the lullaby she'd whispered as a child? The court erupted. Ministers shouted for his arrest. Priests called it blasphemy, and soldiers advanced with their spears humming. But Rin didn't flinch. His calm unsettled them more than defiance ever could. "I don't need your belief," he said, voice low. "Just time. Search your archives, your genetic vaults, your memories stored in crystal. You'll find my mark there, burned beside hers." The Emperor's brow furrowed. Liara's breath trembled. The court hadn't heard such arrogance since before the wars. Yet something in his tone was too specific. He spoke not as an intruder, but as someone who remembered the palace corridors by heart. Guards dragged him away for interrogation, but Liara couldn't shake it. That look in his eyes, it wasn't madness, it was memory. That night, against her father's command, she descended into the temple archives. A single shard of record still glowed. Two figures, one alien, one cloaked in human armor, kneeling before the royal altar. The system translated bonded, Rin Kalor and Liara of the Dawn line. Her hands shook. The image flickered, and his human face replaced the alien one she remembered. Was her lost husband, reborn as the very species they once feared? Liara couldn't breathe. The image felt like a wound reopening across time. She traced the holographic outline, the human face, the same scar near his temple, the same gaze that once promised, "I'll find you again no matter the stars." But that was centuries ago. No human could live that long. Unless he hadn't truly died. She found Rin locked in the interrogation cell, still upright, calm as if he'd been waiting. When she entered, his head tilted slightly, that same habit her lost husband once had when teasing her. "You checked the archives," he murmured. "You saw." Liara's voice cracked. "How can you be him? You're human." Rin's eyes softened. "After the Great Rift War, I was dying. Your people tried to preserve me, but my essence didn't return to your form. I woke up among humans. I remembered you." Silence stretched between them. Outside, the priests argued whether his return was miracle or heresy. Inside, the air trembled with something older than either species: recognition. Liara reached through the energy field between them. "If this is true," she whispered, "prove it." Rin smiled faintly. "Ask me what only he would know." Before Liara could speak, the alarms roared through the palace. Outside, the rival houses had learned the truth, or rather their version of it. To them, the return of a human prince was an insult to their bloodlines. Soldiers marched, fleets lit the sky. Rin was released only because the Emperor needed every fighter he could find. "Defend the capital," Kalor ordered coldly. "Then we'll discuss your lies." But on the battlefield, lies bled away fast. Rin fought with a precision no alien soldier could match, his instincts and tactics purely human, unpredictable, furious, alive. Liara saw him lead the defense, saving alien lives as if they were his own people. When the enemy's flagship fell, Rin collapsed beside the royal banner. "Your world," he gasped, "was my promise." Liara knelt beside him. "And you kept it," she whispered, "just in a different form." As dawn rose over a quieted kingdom, she stood before the court. "He is Rin Kalor," she declared, voice steady. "Human by fate, royal by soul." No one dared challenge her. And in that fragile peace, human and alien bloodlines merged not through war, but through a love that refused to die.